Poa is a municipality in the state of São Paulo in Brazil. The water extracted from Fonte Áurea, or the source of gold, is sold throughout Brazil. The population is 113,793 in an area of 17.26 square kilometers. General appearance. Poa is one of 11 municipalities considered spa towns by the state of São Paulo, by fulfilling certain prerequisites set by state law. This status ensures that these municipalities more money from the state to promote regional tourism, and beyond that the city acquired the right to add the title Estancia Hydromineral to its name, term by which is designated by both the municipal expedient as the official state references. Poa's economy is mainly service-focused, since the installation of polluting industries has been banned since 1970, the year it became an spa town. Territory-wise, is one of the smallest municipalities in the state of São Paulo. Verticalization in the city center is discouraged in order to preserve the small-town atmosphere of the city, with narrow streets and the preservation of several old buildings. The council is not the richest in the region, but still outperforms its neighbors in several social indicators, thus signaling that the economic growth of Poa is more equal and sustainable than in other cities, and that its population has better quality of life due to public facilities. In indexes like the Human Development Index, the Child Development Index, and the Index of Development of Basic Education, Poa surpasses all municipalities. In 2007 it was considered one of the safest cities of São Paulo, specifically the fifth, behind only São Caetano do Sul, Barueri, Caieiras and Mogi das Cruzes. Climate. The climate of the city and across the metropolitan region of São Paulo is the subtropical. Little hot and rainy summer, mild winters and the average annual temperature is around 18 C°. The coldest month July and warmest in February. Annual rainfall is around 1,400 millimeters. Demographics. Urban area 15.7 kilometers squared. Rural area 03 km squared. Infant mortality to 1, 14.0. Life expectancy 71.06. Fertility rate 2.25. Literacy 94.31%. Human Development Index 0.806. HDI income 0.726. HDIM longevity 0.768. HDIM education 0.925. Tourism. Poa has a strong vocation for tourism, although this sector of the economy still is not the main activity of the municipality. Because of the lack of investment, the city hardly explores this market. An example of a tourist attraction is the municipal spa Vicente Leforas, located in front of the Fonte Áurea, which was opened in 1970 as a condition for the council to receive the title of hydro-mineral and tourist resort. After being used for 30 years, it was deactivated at the beginning of the decade, because the mayor at the time, Eduardo Carlos Felipe, felt that there was no need to have a spa in the city. Since then the site is used as a physiotherapy center, EXPOA, because there are a lot of orchids existing Poa and throughout the Upper Tietê. Because of the favorable climate for the cultivation of the plant, in 1970 the exhibition of orchids and ornamental plants of Poa, better known as Expo, was established with the goal to increase tourism in the city, as well as to provide a tribute to nature. The exhibition is recognized by the State Ministry of Sports and Tourism of the São Paulo state government, and since 1976 is part of the national calendar of the Brazilian Institute of Tourism, linked to the Ministry of Tourism. It is held every year in September. From 1983 to 1993, the expo was held at the Municipal Gymnasium Sports America Franco at Golden Village, and is currently held in the event square Lucilia Felipe Gomez, receiving approximately 300,000 visitors per year. Education, sport and culture. There are several schools located in the city, municipal, state, private and run by non-governmental organizations. Among these are the unit of SESI, located in the village Periachi near the NAPES Center for Educational Support Specialist, which makes the inclusion of rooms in normal classroom of students with various types of disabilities, located in Golden Village, which is ETEC and administered by the City of Poa State Technical College, which began its activities in the second half of 2009 and was inaugurated on the 5th of October that year. The deployment of ETEC was a partnership of municipal and state governments, where it invested $1.5 million. They are offered technical courses and school regularly. At the time of inauguration, the building of ETEC Poa was considered by the Paula Souza Center one of the best network. The average candidate ETEC of Poa in 2009 was 6.1 applicants per vacancy. In Poa, there are several locations available to the population, which were built from the emancipation. The gym hall, for example, located in Golden Village, started construction on January 25, 1957. The state government. There are several sports associations legally registered in Poa. 3 clubs, meanwhile, stands out for its ancient foundation and participation within the community. It is Sport Club Paulista, Poa Arts Athletic Association, and Sports Club Concordia Poa Arts, and other associations like the Rotary Club and the Lions Club, are offered free courses in rhythmic gymnastics, futsal, beach volleyball, capoeira, boxing, volleyball, basketball, judo, karate, handball, among others, in their own municipal gymnasium and sports groups installed in neighborhoods such as those in towns St. Julia Varela and St. Joseph's Garden. Sports competitions are held sporadically in the various fields in the city, as in the neighborhoods Teresa Palma, Jardim America, Garden Street, Helena, Juliet Villa, Villa Julia, in the New Forest Poet, Villa Monteiro, Carmen Viana, together with companies' neighborhood friends. Also occur capoeiristas meetings, the challenge of beach volleyball, indoor soccer battle, street ball, among others. The skate park, built in 2000, is installed next to the viaduct at the center, is open to the public and receives championships annually. Poa also has cultural spaces like the Public Library, Cultural Center and Municipal Museum Tagara House Station. The squares within the existing neighborhoods and in the central region are also leisure facilities. The squares of the Bible and events, for example, function as parks, as have recreational equipment such as playgrounds, restrooms and security. The carnival is also a very traditional activity in the city, where there are parades of samba schools for over 30 years. Poa currently has 10 active samba schools, among which we mention the new academic Poa, Empire Village Vampre, Clover Gold, Ultima Hora, JAU Village, Villa Julia, among others. Economy. In 2010, the index of consumption potential of the inhabitants of Poa should consume $1.4 billion, according to target CPI, with the rate of 0.06408. Poa contributes 6 cents to every $100 spent in Brazil. This places the municipality in the 74th position in the state ranking. The city has 32,623 households and 31,813 cars caught on per ounce. Each urban area in the city should consume are $12,459.76 in 2010. Social stratification data for 2010. Class total number of households consumed in the city. The 1441 households 18.9%, B 11,313 households 49.1%, C 14,853 households 27.5%, D 4,336 households 4.1%, E 230 households 0.4%, 100% total 32,623 households. Sectors of the economy. The economic sector of PO has several activities. Industrial. After he received the title of office, hydro-mineral was prohibited the installation of polluting industries in the municipality. That in the 1970s, and those that existed have been given to move to a more rigid environmental legislation to help preserve the groundwater in the city. The change resulted in the departure of some industries, but even so PO houses large industries, among the nearly 200 installed on its territory. Highlights for the manufacturer of refractory bar, which was installed in PO 5 years before the emancipation of the municipality, the maker of electrical cables in Ducabos, and the Brazilian subsidiary of the multinational OND, which produces automotive fabrics. Together, a bar and OND occupy nearly half the area of Carmen Viana. The district that was formed between the two industries was renamed Vila Abar. Shopping. The main shopping streets of the city are Street March 26th and July 9th Avenue that are in the center, housing most of the banks and anchor stores of the city. There are other commercial corridors such as Lucas Nogueira Garce Avenue and Avenida Getulio Vargas, among others. It is estimated that there are approximately 2,000 commercial premises. Services. It is the sector of the economy that is more present in the city. There are various tax incentive laws, and among them, and that attracts companies of its kind, is to reduce the tax on services, which has much lower rate than in most towns. While its neighbor St. Paul charge rate of 5% for most service activities, impose a charge rate of 2%, are more than 20,000 service providers, among which we highlight the holding company of Banco Safra and Banco Itaú, and the subsidiary company of São Paulo TMKT Telemarketing. There are also horticultural activity in rural areas. Little is left of the city after the dispute of territory with Suzano in the 1950s and 1960s. Tourism began to be promoted now in the early 2000s. Yet the main event done in the city, the Expo, comes to attract 350,000 people in 7 days. Composition of GDP 2006 data. Sector of the economy. GDP